I'm not going to make this very long, but I think it's important to realize. Let me say this up front. As Kiev gets worse, um, I think it's important to realize as well is that Syria has been bombed as well, Damascus by Israel, probably because the Russians, since they're focusing their attention on what's going on in Ukraine, like I say, it's just kind of a balancing act, and Russians really are watching in Syria, and also Yemen has been bombed as well. I think Eastern African countries have been bombed as well recently. So there are other events going on. Life goes on, wars continue on. But I think, of course, is that the world is now looking at Ukraine and waiting to see what's happening. And there's a lot of propaganda, a lot of misinfo, a lot of bullshit is being thrown at the wall right now. Israel always takes advantage of distractions. Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of shit being thrown at the wall right now. And the chimpanzees of the propaganda war are just throwing and seeing what sticks. Um, and I don't really want to participate in all that. There are plenty of people who are making money off of this conflict using Reddit stuff, talking about, like, we're going to compare Ukraine to like the Avengers, literally like the movie Avengers. And it's very cringe. So for me, I'm probably going to take a break from that. I'm going to wait and see what happens, and I'm going to reassess. There are a couple other videos I'm going to put out, but honestly, they're all tone deaf. Toss them out. There is one I'm still going to put up about localism in the United States context, but that one is probably tone deaf, but not as bad as the others. So I'm going to wait a little bit. Let's just. I think the best way to take this is to be neutral. Keep your distance. Do not get caught up in the rhetoric on, yeah, seeing the lip reaction hurts my soul. Like I don't want them on my side. Absolutely. Um, I think a lot of folks are just kind of realizing what it's going to take to change this system, and realizing you can't go back, to a point. I think that, me included, we get wrapped up in this bullshit like, yeah, we're going to go back to the past and reclaim tradition. That doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. And the smarter move right now is not to get involved with the cringe Redditors who are like, yeah, ghost of Kiev type of stuff. We're not going to join them. Yeah. It's like the first time you saw Strasser's fanboy just pain. Oh, absolutely. You don't want to join them. We're just like, yeah, you know, Ukraine, Slava Ukraina, and all that stuff. But you don't want to. You're not going to join like the Russell Bentley, Caleb Maupin, those group of folks who are just like, yeah, they're actually fighting fascism, bro. I don't want to join them either. They're just it's all a lot of cringe. It's all just shit that we really shouldn't be getting involved with, especially not me as an American. So I'm gonna take a break from all this. I think that's the smarter thing to do. There's a lot of bullshit being thrown around. There's a lot of video, of course, coming out. I saw a little bit of it on you know, what is it? Our combat footage. I know Reddit cringe, but mm, and I'm just gonna kind of like I say, what I will say is this: is that what Russia is trying to do is be very surgical. They're trying to, leave electricity going, but they want to get rid of the government. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna make any predictions about who's gonna do this and that. That's inappropriate. I think it's inappropriate and it's just shitty to do that. I hate to continue to use these words sounding like a bread tuber, but I think that it's yeah, seeing libs become Ukrainian nationalists have been interesting. Oh yeah, absolutely. After the stream last night, I took a look at Caleb Maupin's stream. Oh lordy, what happened with that? I'll stick around for a couple minutes. I gotta go pretty soon, but oh man, it's yeah, and it wasn't surprising. Yeah, like I say, I'm gonna stay neutral, and I think that the smarter money is starting to do that. Realizing that to take down this system or something like that, um, it's just smarter to keep your distance and realize that there are plenty of things that are coming out, and it just yeah, it's not pretty. I'm just gonna put it that way. Yeah. He said that he was always supportive of the Donbass before he worked for RT. Oh man, Caleb probably believes it, but even if he didn't, he'd lose his job if he had a dissenting voice. Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of folks who have created their brand on supporting either Russia or now Ukraine. But basically, in this case, Ukraine meaning like the West in democracy. That they, like I say, that the sides have been chosen, and ultimately, the United States itself is fairly Russophobic as it is, so we see that's where it's going to go. But it's a different thing in the United States. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it there because I do have to go fairly soon and la di da. But I think I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to take a break from this, reassess, see what's going to happen, and kind of get my bearings because I'm trying to be smart. You may, but this isn't about me. It's about the larger context and the larger narratives that are going to be spun. Yeah. I love seeing Pedro LaForest Jabba the Vosh parody Muff Freedom. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And yeah, Must Sovereignty as well. Yeah. I'm not naive. The West only cares for Ukraine to hurt Russia, but we aren't just pawns for other powers. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, we just don't want to be pawns. We don't want to be chumps for somebody else and merely be puppets for somebody else. And I think that's very easy to do right now. And I think the best thing to do is just try to stay neutral. As Westerners, yeah, and just try to keep an eye on what's going on, but ultimately be weary of joining political groups. That's something I've always tried to say. Anyway, enough about me. Enough about this. Taking a break. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this. Um, yeah. See you later. Goodbye.